Some people think the great axe is a brain-dead weapon, an unskillful amateur-hour face-roll option of weaponry. You wanna know what I think? I see a great axe. A full-size 4x4 Jeep Wrangler Transforma Giga Chad Alpha Male. We're not just spinning to win, we're out here mowing the grass of the battlefield, chopping down every peasant in sight, and weed whacking like we're getting paid for it. So the next time you pick up a great axe, just know you're not just choosing a weapon, you're choosing a goddamn lifestyle. Welcome to the Great Axe Club. Welcome to Scripted Gaming. Hey guys, welcome back to another Albion Online video. I hope you've all been having a great week so far and are excited for today's video. Before we get into it, I wanted to invite you guys to sign up for this week's giveaway. I'll be giving away a Tier 7 Saddled Swamp Dragon to one lucky winner. To sign up for a chance to win this prize, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your in-game name in the comments below. I'll be picking a winner in next Sunday's video, so stay tuned for that. Good luck everyone, and have fun. And now for this week's video. Over my past couple videos, I've been seeing a few different comments requesting that I make a video breaking down and explaining my axe PvP fights. I thought this would be a great idea as there's a lot of decision making going on when it comes to PvP fights. So I figure this will be a great way for me to explain my thought process behind certain fights and how to play against certain weapons as an axe player. So if you're looking to improve your skills and better your understanding on how to approach PvP, then this video is for you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we get too in depth, I wanted to cover a few basic fundamentals that I'll be applying to each fight that you're about to see. The first one being the importance of proper usage of bleeds. Bleeds are applied to the enemy by using any Q ability from an axe. These bleeds can stack up to 3 times, which will then also apply a healing debuff to the enemy target. With that said, it's important that we keep up our stacks of bleeds to maximize our damage and reduce the amount of healing that our target can receive. The second thing to remember is getting value out of our W ability. Adrenaline boost is an axe player's bread and butter, and you'll be seeing it a lot in the fights to come. With the ability increasing our overall damage by 25%, I like to have this active when I use the E ability of any axe. This ability will also increase our attack speed and movement speed by 40%, so be sure to activate this when you are certain that you can stick on an enemy. And the third and final thing to keep in mind is using our E abilities effectively. In order to make axes work in PvP, we need to land big damage from our E in order to have enough damage to score the kill. With that said, using our E too early probably isn't the best idea, as other players will likely be ready for it and can counter us. Instead, we can use our W ability to bait out defensive cooldowns, and then use our E once the enemy is left defenseless. With these 3 basic tips in mind, let's get into the fights and break them down one by one. So our first fight is against a Boltcaster player. With this in mind, there's instantly 2 things we need to be aware of. The first thing is their W ability, Noise Eraser. This ability is a skill shot, and if it hits an enemy, it will silence them and deal a pretty good amount of damage. The second thing to keep in mind is their E ability, Deathward Climax. This is a channeled ability that can strike up to 12 times, and the damage is multiplied with each hit, making it a pretty devastating ability if used properly. So the idea of a Boltcaster player is first silencing their enemy with their W ability, and then dealing lethal damage with their E ability, leaving their enemy unable to use a defensive cooldown as a result of being silenced. So what can we do to counter this? Well, let's take a look. You can see here we'll activate our W ability to close the distance, and then start applying our bleeds with our Q ability. At this point, the Boltcaster player is ready to use his combo that we talked about before, his W and E. Do you see the purple cast bar under the enemy player? This is the W ability being casted. So, to avoid it, we're going to take advantage of our increased movement speed from our W and sidestep it to avoid the silence. Since we know the Boltcaster combo is to now use their E, we're going to use a defensive cooldown, Everlasting Spirit from Cleric Robe, to avoid the E damage entirely. At this point, the enemy poses no threat in terms of damage, which means it's time for us to go on the offense. We'll use our E ability, followed by more Qs. They'll actually attempt to use some defensive cooldowns here, but we're just so ahead at this point, we can continue to chase them down and score the kill. For our next fight, we can see we're up against a claymore player, and the major thing I want to highlight from this fight is the claymore E ability, which is Charge. This ability allows claymore players to charge enemies and become immune to crowd control, debuffs, and damage for 1 second. This ability deals massive damage when the claymore player has 3 active heroic charges, which can be identified by these 3 swirling blades around the player, or by this blade icon below the enemy player bar. As you can see, this player has 3 heroic charges active, and judging by his position, he seems rather keen on charging us right now. Knowing this, we're going to activate our soldier helmet ability, Block, and avoid all damage from their charge. And now it's time to deal some damage of our own. But knowing they still have defensive cooldowns, we're going to stick to using Qs with our W active and wait out the defensives. Until now, as I can see, this player has used their soldier helmet block ability, which gives us the green light to throw our E ability. After this, I spot that they use their resistance potions, which is why I wait to use my potions later on in the fight. But unfortunately for them, they run into some dungeon mobs while trying to run away, leaving us to end the fight and pick up the loot. And for this next fight, we'll be going up against a Battle Axe player. And being Axe players ourselves, we know we want to avoid the Battle Axe E ability, which is Blood Bandit. This ability has 2 charges, with the first charge dealing physical damage, and the second charge dealing physical damage and also stealing health from the enemy based on the amount of Rending Bleed charges they've applied. So going into this fight, we can assume the Battle Axe E will be thrown our way once they've applied 3 bleeds to us. So knowing this, we can get close to 3 stacks, and then we're going to use our Soldier Helmet block ability and avoid the first Battle Axe E altogether. After this, I'm going to do some more damage of my own and use our E, Whirlwind, and Chest ability from Stalker Jacket. Unfortunately, this player is using reflect abilities on both their helmet and chest, so we're going to be taking a bit more damage than we like to. With that said, the better play here would have been to space out our abilities to avoid taking so much damage. But since we did, this fight is going to be a lot closer than it should have been, leaving us to run away until our abilities have come off cooldown. At this point, we know it's been a while since this player has used their Battle Axe E ability. Knowing this, we're going to approach by using our Soldier Helmet block ability, avoid the Battle Axe E, and use our Whirlwind to score the kill. And that's it. I hope you guys have found this video helpful and have learned some new tricks for PvP. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel as we upload new videos every Sunday. If you have further questions, you can definitely leave a comment below, or you can join our Great Axe Club community Discord. I'll be leaving an invite link in the video description below, so I hope to see you in there. But that about does it for me. I hope you all have a great week, and be sure to tune in next Sunday when I announce the winner for the giveaway. Until then, take care, and I'll see you all next time.